Mr. President, and of course, Brother Salino. Sir, thank you very much. Maraming salamat po. We say mabuhay from the Philippines. Again, Brother Alim and Brother Alikani, President. And of course, Brother Shoyan, Yoshida, my boss, and my former teacher, sir. Sir, you made me cry a while ago because you mentioned about the great Brother Kito. And there's something that I wish that he would be smiling up there in heaven. I had passed away in 2016, 10 years ago. I think that's why I'm here because you must know I was a former student of the great Shoya in Turin. So I learned lessons very well, sir. That's why I'm here. So, sir, with that being said, fellow labor leaders of the ASEAN, yes, once again, on behalf of TUCT, I thank you very much for your trust and confidence. I hope they can approximate the work done by Brother Beto. Yes, and we thank you from TUCT on behalf of the Philippine delegation. The fact that you made him an advisor, that's a very respectable decision. Thank you. You know, TUCT has been a proud founding member of the ASEAN Trade Union Council, ASEAN PUC, since 1983, founded by, as already mentioned, the longtime president of TUCT, Brother Democrito Mendoza'S. Very quickly, I would just like to acknowledge the team from the Philippines. Of course, you have NW, my friend, and your strong supporter, Brother San. We also have Brother Eli Bautista of the Philippine Airlines Employees Association. 80 years old, one of the oldest in the Philippines. And Brother Roland La Cruz is from the children industry. We accept the honor and the responsibility of serving as your General Secretary for the ASEAN TUC with gratitude, humility, and dedication to the aspiration of every worker in the family across our region, whose rights, dignity, and future depend on the strength of our unity and clarity of action. The ASEAN, or in ASEAN, there are 323 million people are employed, yet nearly half are trapped in insecure jobs, low wages, limited access to social protection, and labor regulations. It is for them that we must organize harder, speak louder, and act bolder as one ASEAN PUC. It's a time, as Oya said, stronger and united, and we should. And as a long-standing member of I had the Philippine delegation for quite some time since 2015 of AIPA, the ASEAN Brother Fonsani, I mentioned so many times, and even in Laos, of the ASEAN Inter-Parliamentary Assembly since 2015, sir. As the Philippines assumes the chairship of the ASEAN today, 2026, both of ASEAN and both of AIPA, we and I commit to championing, that has been championed by the institutional presence of the workers that I was mentioned here, that we should be part of the seat of the table in ASEAN and also in AIPA. Such through having used this organization, the ASEAN PUC, within these regional bodies and platforms, whether as observers, partners, and official stakeholders. In fact, Mr. President and Brother Hali, our Senior Vice President, I made headways when I talked to the Secretary General on the night, was in Yankee, and I told her that if the business group are here, you have the ASEAN Business Group, and I've heard it so many times. Why is it that the partner, the social partner of labor, should also be there? Because we also have the ASEAN Group. And it is just for instance, and it is just, let's say, probably good luck that this year it's the Philippines' turn. But to manage your expectation, I hope, as your General Secretary, the new one, I hope that they can make headways appealing to the ASEAN Secretary General. His name was of February 9, Kinokot of Cambodia. But the Deputy Secretary General, Narayan Mentian, is actually Indonesia, and the office is here. So, a while ago, the ambassador of the Philippines, and he was handling how to go about it, making sure that hopefully that what eluded us for quite some time, the seat in the table in ASEAN and also in AIPA. Workers must not be an afterthought and an architect the ASEAN's future. Labor lens is paramount in both climate change and, of course, I already mentioned digital transformation. Because it is critical to invest in and ensure just transition to massive upskilling and reskilling to leave no worker behind. Migrant workers, mentioned so many times, migrant workers, numbering over 11 million here in Southeast Asia and the Pacific region, should participate in shaping the labor migration policies. And by the way, it's close to my heart because as a parliamentarian, I was the one who championed, well, facilitated. I think there are only 2 or 3 countries in the world, Nepal, if I can remember, that we created a ministry or a department led by a minister, a secretary on the Department of Migrant Workers. Why? Philippines as well, 10 million diaspora, 10 million workers outside the Philippines. And of course, 90, if I have it correctly, half a million. And we're number one in the industry when it comes to seafarers. We've created a Magna Carta of seafarers. And the ongoing campaign to ratify ILO Convention 188, sir, which is the convention of the shipping. We thank you, Thailand. I think first in Asia, we're ratifying, if I'm not mistaken, this convention 188. Workers must have a voice and a vote in defining the future of work. Because employers cannot and should not hide behind platforms and algorithms to evade their obligations and trample labor rights. The Philippines chairs ASEAN this year. ASEANTuc or ASEANTuc must further strengthen its role in standing with our brothers and sisters, most especially in Myanmar. Brother Muang is here. And when you were in the Philippines, we facilitated a meeting with the chair of foreign relations. She was mainly you, but you had a meeting with the secretary of foreign relations, and other meetings that we had to arrange. So we have to amplify global goals to invoke Article 33 of the ILO Constitution and to ensure compliance with the findings of the Commission of Inquiry and by pushing for the restoration of democracy, peace, and respect and human rights. We also, at this point, would like to thank them from TUCP and the Philippine delegation for Shoya, Yoshida, Domarigato, Design Master. Thank you. May the Aseantuc or the ASEAN TUC Triennial General Assembly mark more than our new constitution, new leaders, and new priorities. Together, Mr. President and colleagues, I'd like to thank Brother Andigani Nino Reyes and Hansalaman. Thank you. And all of you, brothers and sisters of the ASEAN TUC family, let us translate our commitments into concrete victories, our solidarity in power for ASEAN of and by, of course, for the workers. We always say solidarity forever. The ILO, a while ago she said, together. Together. So we can say solidarity together forever. So long live ASEAN PNC. Buhay. Thank you.
เรามัน